Hey guys, thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. This is Breaking Burke. It is about houseplants and gardening here in the desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico. In today's video, I'm going to do a planting. I've done several of these in the past, but this is going to be slightly different because instead of being stubborn and trying to get something that doesn't or shouldn't grow here, I'm leaning more towards something that's cold hardy. Here in front of us, I do have a 5-gallon bucket full of soil. This is from the planting hole. I dug it and filled it. This is an old bucket I had laying around just to judge the size so I know how much I have to take out. I always like to make my planting hole a little wider and deeper, especially for perennials. You can see here in front of us we have a Mediterranean palm. Now these are supposed to be cold hardy down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. We very rarely get down to that, so it shouldn't have an issue here. There's plenty growing around town, and I did buy it locally, so it is acclimated to the area. It's about 8 inches of trunk and another 1.5 foot of green growth up here, and if we look on the bottom, we can see there's a couple little babies popping out to the sides. So, gonna be a cute little specimen. These only grow about 15 to 20 feet, allegedly, it says online, and multi-branch. So I do have the hole dug, and like I said, I like to go wider and deeper, and I like to go down to where I hit sand. The reason that's important is because I don't want my plants to end up root bound in our clay soil. Basically, if you don't dig the sand, you're making a pot for it, and the roots can end up just circling the hole you dug. And I've seen plenty of plants in the area not being planted properly, and they end up falling over when they get more mature. So important to get to the sand, or at least somewhere, like I say, do a little bit bigger of a hole so you know you have some root growth area. You never want to grab a palm tree by the top over here. This one has a bunch of spines, and that is called the heart. Called that for a reason because it's basically the life of the palm, and if you pull it, you can break it. So I always like to get them, flip them upside down, pull the plant out, take a look at the roots. Now this, you can see, has some nice roots. Not too root bound or anything. I'm just going to agitate it a little. And actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do have some fertilizer here. I like to use fertilizer from the Biotone or Garden Tone or Espoma family. I just generously add it to the hole. Now, one thing a lot of people don't talk about is mixing your soil. After you add your fertilizer, it's awesome for the roots, but can be corrosive, especially in large amounts. So you could be feeding it and killing the roots at the same time, potentially making a bonsai type of planting. So make sure you add some soil or mix it around like I did, and then grab your plant. I'm gonna grab it by the root ball down here and stick it in. I always try and get it straight if possible. You can see I put the babies coming out this way so they're not going towards the fence. And then make sure your hole height isn't any lower than ground level when you backfill. This one actually is a little lower, so I'm going to pull it back out if I don't mess myself up. Backfill it a little, and right there seems like we're perfect. I did take it back a little. Ow, got myself. So now what I'm going to do, I have a bag of potting soil here. This is actually for raised beds. And since this is backfill, I'm going to take more fertilizer, mix it in there, and backfill the hole. Why am I using potting soil to backfill it? Because like I said, in my area we have clay. Though palm trees can survive in it, it's not the best for them, and I want to do the best I can for my plants, especially taking off. So sorry about the noise. Perfect timing. Then as with any planting, sorry about that, the water's on very low, so it's barely going to trickle out. You want to make sure you water it thoroughly. I have it on a trickle because it's just going to sit here for a while. I want it to get nice and deep watered. If I just spray the top, it's not really going to do much for it, so I want to make sure the planting hole gets soaked and the plant gets all the air pockets out with flooding the hole. That makes sure that any cavities down there get filled by the weight of the water. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.